Picture a life where fame, fortune, and talent collide in ways few could ever imagine. A life where every step is under the microscope, every decision amplified, and every success celebrated on a global stage. This was the world of Johnny Depp, a man whose name became synonymous with Hollywood allure, daring performances, and a life drenched in luxury. But fame, as history has shown, is never a guarantee of stability, and Johnny Depp's journey is a story of dizzying heights followed by dramatic lows, a saga of ambition, indulgence, and personal crisis. From the very beginning, Depp's trajectory was unconventional. Born in Owensboro, Kentucky, he grew up in a modest household that would not hint at the extraordinary life that lay ahead. His early years were marked by a rebellious spirit, artistic curiosity, and a passion for music. Before acting became his calling, Depp dreamed of being a rock star. That creative energy would later fuel his unique approach to Hollywood, one that defied conventional stardom and created a mystique few could replicate. The breakthrough came when he entered the film industry, first with small roles and television appearances. But it was his portrayal of the enigmatic teen heartthrob in 21 Jump Street that introduced him to the wider public. Suddenly, Johnny Depp was a recognizable face, but he resisted the typical Hollywood path. He avoided typecasting, deliberately choosing eclectic and sometimes eccentric roles that allowed him to explore creative boundaries. This boldness would define both his career and his lifestyle. As the roles became more prominent, so did the wealth. By the time he starred in films like Edward Scissorhands, Depp had solidified a reputation as a versatile actor capable of merging darkness, vulnerability, and charisma. Luxury became a constant companion. His properties included sprawling estates in Los Angeles, private islands, and lavish penthouses. Each location reflected a persona mysterious, eccentric, and larger than life. Luxury was not just a status symbol, it was an extension of the characters he portrayed and the identity he curated. Depp's lifestyle extended far beyond real estate. Cars, yachts, and high-end fashion became routine aspects of his existence. Collecting rare art and antiques, indulging in bespoke clothing, and attending elite social events were part of a daily routine that reinforced his Hollywood status. Every appearance, every accessory, every choice contributed to a cultivated aura of glamour and exclusivity. But with luxury came complexity. Maintaining such a lifestyle required vast resources. Employees, assistants, managers, and security personnel formed a network that ensured operations ran smoothly. Yet this network also created pressures, financial, social, and personal, that would later play pivotal roles in his challenges. Managing wealth at this level is a balancing act between indulgence, sustainability, and public perception. The 2000s brought perhaps the pinnacle of Depp's fame with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. The success was staggering, both critically and financially. Depp's portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow became iconic, earning him not only massive paychecks but a cultural imprint that would define his career. Luxury and fortune multiplied. Private jets, yachts, and opulent estates became symbols of a life few could imagine. But even at this height, cracks were forming behind the polished exterior. Personal life, often hidden from public scrutiny in early years, became increasingly tumultuous. High-profile relationships, family responsibilities, and lifestyle choices intersected in ways that complicated both public perception and private stability. Rumors, legal battles, and media scrutiny created a narrative of turbulence that contrasted sharply with the glamour projected on screen. The juxtaposition between public luxury and private chaos became a defining tension in Depp's life. Financial management, once a hidden concern, emerged as a critical issue. Lavish spending, combined with legal fees and complex contractual obligations, created strains that few outsiders could anticipate. Reports of significant debt, missed payments, and disputes with former managers painted a picture of a financial empire under stress. What once seemed like limitless resources began to feel precarious. The lifestyle that had elevated him to global fame was now contributing to crisis. The media played a central role in shaping the narrative of Depp's fall. High-profile lawsuits, allegations, and public disputes transformed personal matters into global spectacle. Every headline, every story amplified challenges and reinforced perceptions of instability. Social media, news outlets, and tabloids created a feedback loop where reputation and reality became intertwined, illustrating the fragile relationship between celebrity, wealth, and public scrutiny. Yet, Depp's talent continued to earn him acclaim. Films like Finding Neverland and Sweeney Todd showcased his versatility, proving that professional success did not necessarily shield one from personal or financial turbulence. This duality, creative triumph amidst private crisis, defined a period where Depp's life oscillated between admiration and controversy. The interplay of luxury and excess, fame and personal struggle became increasingly visible. Johnny Depp's spending habits were legendary: expensive properties, art collections, yachts, and personal indulgences such as rare cars and jewelry. This level of extravagance is alluring from the outside, but maintaining it requires sophisticated financial planning and management, a domain where Depp faced challenges. Mismanagement and disputes with former accountants exacerbated the strain, creating public narratives of misfortune. Relationships further complicated the picture. High-profile partnerships, including a marriage and subsequent legal disputes, amplified media attention. Personal conflict became entangled with financial claims, creating a cycle where every aspect of his life was scrutinized and debated publicly. The consequences were not merely personal, they affected professional negotiations, brand partnerships, and public perception. Even as crises unfolded, Depp's commitment to craft remained unwavering. He continued to pursue challenging roles, invest in creative projects, and maintain a professional presence. This resilience highlights a fundamental aspect of his lifestyle, the ability to compartmentalize, focusing on art and performance even amid chaos. The contrast between public luxury and private struggle adds depth to his story, demonstrating that appearances often mask complexity. The evolution from luxury to crisis was gradual but unmistakable. Depp's lavish lifestyle, once a symbol of success, became a source of pressure. Legal disputes, financial management challenges, and personal struggles intersected, creating a scenario where maintaining the previous standard of living became increasingly difficult. Wealth, while extensive, could not fully mitigate the consequences of mismanagement and public scrutiny. Yet, there are lessons embedded in Depp's rise and fall. One is the volatility of fame. Public adoration can shift rapidly, and media narratives can amplify every misstep. Another is the intersection of lifestyle and sustainability. Extravagant spending without strategic oversight can transform luxury into vulnerability. Finally, there is resiliency. Despite crisis, Depp continues to work, create, and maintain relevance in a competitive industry. Philanthropy and personal engagement remain aspects of his life often overlooked. Depp has contributed to charitable causes, supported community initiatives, and leveraged fame for advocacy. These acts provide a counterbalance to the narrative of crisis, reflecting a multidimensional life where luxury, struggle, and impact coexist. The lesson from Depp's trajectory is profound: extraordinary talent and immense wealth do not guarantee stability. Lifestyle, personal decisions, financial oversight, and public perception are interdependent factors that shape long-term outcomes. For Depp, the juxtaposition of luxury and crisis illustrates how quickly fortunes and reputations can shift, even for the most celebrated figures. Yet, hope and resurgence remain part of the narrative. Recent projects, legal victories, and continued fan support demonstrate the potential for rehabilitation and renewal. Depp's life is not static, it is a dynamic interplay of creativity, influence, and personal evolution. The story of his rise and fall underscores that success is complex, fragile, and multifaceted. Even at the height of fame, luxury carried consequences. Maintaining multiple properties, private staff, vehicles, and social obligations demands constant oversight. Legal battles and public scrutiny magnify the costs, turning what appears as glamour into logistical and financial challenges. Depp's experiences illustrate that billionaire-level lifestyles require not only wealth, but meticulous planning, strategic delegation, and personal discipline. Perhaps the most compelling aspect of Johnny Depp's story is its human element. Beyond the glamour and headlines, he is a person navigating the pressures of creativity, fame, and fortune. Emotional resilience, personal growth, and the pursuit of purpose underpin his journey. The lessons are as relevant to ordinary life as they are to celebrity. Discipline, accountability, and adaptability matter at every scale. In examining Depp's rise and fall, one sees a complete portrait: the intoxicating allure of luxury, the power of fame, the exhilaration of success, and the vulnerabilities inherent in human and financial systems. His story is a cautionary tale and an inspiring example of resilience, reminding us that wealth and fame are tools, not guarantees, and that life's trajectory is shaped by decisions, habits, and relationships as much as by talent or fortune. From humble beginnings to global superstardom, from lavish estates to public crises, Johnny Depp's life is a testament to the dizzying highs and challenging lows that define celebrity. Luxury is seductive, but without oversight and balance, it can contribute to instability. Fame is powerful, but without personal strategy, it can amplify struggles. Success is extraordinary, but it is fragile when personal and financial management falter. And yet, in this complexity, there is redemption and perseverance. Depp continues to act, create, and engage with audiences worldwide. His talent remains undeniable. His presence in film and culture continues to captivate, proving that even after crisis, influence and artistry endure. Ultimately, Johnny Depp's story is a vivid illustration of the fine line between luxury and crisis, ambition and vulnerability, success and caution. It is a reminder that behind every public image lies a multidimensional human life, and that the journey from wealth to adversity is often as instructive as it is dramatic. Luxury dazzles, fame captivates, fortune empowers, but the true measure of success lies in balance, discipline, and resilience. Johnny Depp's life embodies all of these truths, offering lessons that resonate far beyond Hollywood. His rise and fall are not merely entertainment, they are a mirror to the human experience of ambition, excess, and the pursuit of enduring legacy. And in understanding this journey, we gain insight not only into the man himself, but also into the universal dynamics of success, risk, and reinvention. Johnny Depp's journey continues, and with every new role, every public appearance, and every creative endeavor, he reminds the world that luxury may be fleeting, crises may strike, but talent, determination, and the pursuit of purpose remain enduring forces.